Craig Sullivan, we're back, baby, after a week of being away. Oh, it is indeed peace in our time. But I got to tell you, Craig Sullivan, since we last did a show, I was in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Since then, I went to Vegas. I went to Boston. Now I'm in Charleston, South Carolina, and I got to tell you, it's got me so confused. I don't even know what time it is. Can you help me, Craig Sullivan? Help me.
It's almost time to fall back.
No, that it is, but no, that's not the time I want.
No, you want it on it.
Hey, everybody, welcome to the one and only Friday Night Audit. Of course, that is Peace in Our Time, Craig Sullivan. I'm Oyster Glenn here, coming live from the Regal Beagle, located right here in Mount Pleasant at the Hyatt place. I'm very excited to be here. Come and knock on our door. We'll be waiting for you. Come on down. How are you, Craig?
I'm great, brother. How are you? How's the road trip?
I'll tell you what, I am having a great time. I'm down here. We got a great guest today because I was here for an oyster roast, and boy, it turns out I had no idea what an oyster roast is all about.
Well, did you figure it out?
I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm very confused. It was a very complicated evening. So we'll get into that. We'll tell the story. Right. But you know, Craig, I don't understand. You were talking about falling back, and I hate that. Everybody gets so excited. They're like, we're going to fall back. I get to sleep an extra hour. Oh, it's going to be so awesome. But then it gets like dark at 2 p.m. for 6 months. That is not a fair trade-off, Craig.
No, it's not. We just put us on daylight savings time all year. Leave it alone.
Right. Because of controversy here.
Yeah, well, there always is. Come on, it's funny because the one tale is that it was started to help the farmers. Okay, yeah. The other one was it was to save electricity, and no matter which it is, it's bull. So,
right, I'll tell you something else that's bull. A couple of our guests today. So, you want me to introduce them today, or do you want to introduce?
Why don't you take over the duties of intros because you're there with them, and one of them is a recording guest, and he may be tied with Bruce Ford for the most appearances. So
that is a good question. Let's find out. We got CJ Arlotta and Brandon Graham, VP of Development at Reigns. Can we get some applause, Craig Sullivan?
How's everybody doing? How we doing?
So just to situate everybody, they are right over there, so we could see each other over there. But you couldn't see me when I was standing right next to them. I know most people prefer it to go that way, but Craig, you insisted that I be seen. So
I wanted everybody to see you. You needed to have your face illuminated and not washed out.
That's right. I look pretty washed out right now. I look, right? Don't I look completely yellow at this point? Honestly, after last night, I might have some sort of liver condition. So
it was a good time.
Yeah, for sure. So thanks for having me down here. This has been a whole lot of fun, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. We had a great time. Brandon, you had a great time as well.
I had too much of a good time. I was up past my bedtime.
Nice.
It was all worth it. So
yeah,
had a good day today. It's been a good start to the weekend, no doubt.
Yeah, it sure has. We're just waiting for Justin, the director of food and beverage, to come by to make us a cocktail. Until then, it's going to be really awkward because I'm not used to talking to people without a drink in my hand.
Yeah, that's right.
Let's hear about the hotel, Glenn, because from what little I've seen, it's beautiful. You've got a really nice happening bar there. I'm sure it's going to be filled shortly as people get off work. And that patio, it's up on the second or third floor. Looks like a great part of the venue as well. So let's hear about this hotel.
Yeah, so it's part of.
Hey, wait! You know what? I don't want to hear about the hotel. I want to drink first, then we can talk about the hotel. All right, so I'm going to turn this a little bit. Justin, how are you?
Good.
All right, you can talk into this microphone. So you're going to make us a drink today, right?
Yeah, it's our fall signature cocktail.
All right, so while we get that ready, I'm going to run the official segment. All right, I'm really looking forward to having a cocktail. Actually, that someone's going to make a good cocktail because, you know, when we first started this show, we were very diligent about doing great cocktails every single week, but became way too lazy, and it turned mostly into just drinking beers or tequila straight.
I think I brought over beer last time.
You did, right? That was all we could handle. Yeah. So this will be a lot of fun. All right. So while the drinks are being made, why don't you tell us again a little bit about the hotel where you have over here? It's been open about 2.5 years or so.
Yeah, it's been 3 to 4 years. Hyatt
right.
Place.
In COVID terms, that's 6 months.
That's
so
right.
it's brand new.
Yeah, so, Hyatt Place, Pleasant Town Center.
Yeah.
It's been a great property. It's literally on a postage stamp. You know, came later than the overall development. David Tart led this development. It was it's a phenomenal asset. You know, in Mount Pleasant's dynamic community, you know, suburb of Charleston, let's say, but you know, one of the largest cities in South Carolina. You know, which isn't saying a whole lot compared to, you know, where you guys are you know, from. Yeah. But you know, Mount Pleasant's a good market for us. We have multiple assets.
Right. But to be fair, we look down on every city. As New Yorkers. Yeah.
No,
except Chicago, maybe, and you know, and we go, oh, Boston, you're cute.
Yeah. We're also in this great community here too, in the town center, with all these retail stores.
It's a unique asset where I think, did you guys have dinner?
Yeah, we at Sabi the other night. I had it with
so it's
Greg.
You know, you get I always love when I'm on the road. You get where I can go somewhere and park and not have to get in the car again, you know, and this gives you multiple outlets, movie theater, dinner, you know, whatever it may be.
I want to give it up to the real estate developer who decided that these aren't malls, these are town centers. You can probably charge a lot more in rent with that, especially if you spell town with the E and stuff at the end, right?
It makes a big difference.
Don't forget the law in front of it, okay?
The what in front of it, Craig?
Law town center.
Yeah.
And then you start racking in those rents.
Yeah. So I guess producer Dave is not here.
No, he's not. He is probably running for the bus to get home. But, you know, hey, we'll manage without him. You know, this one time. I think we're capable.
Well, well, now that CJ's here for his third appearance, I guess we could start making fun of him. I'm a little worried if we have you back like 2 more times, you're going to have to do like a Saturday Night Live 5-timers club or something.
Am I in the lead?
I think Bruce might have also done 3.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they're tied at this point. So.
Look who's here. Suzanne is here.
Hey!
That's a big relief for you.
I'm glad producer Suzanne's here.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit more about this place. You said it's you know, you're on a postage size stamp kind of facility. It must have been really interesting building this after everything else was complete, right?
Yeah, no. So this was really kind of midway through development when I came on with the company. Like I said, David Tart led this development. It's postage and construction.
Right.
You know, there's a lot of unique things about it. But what's funny about this is I'm James Island, the other side of town, and so I've stayed here maybe 3 times. No reason to stay here, right? I'm in town,
right?
But the other 2 or 3 times I have, it's been all hurricanes, and so they've got the indoor pool. So I always text David when the hurricane's coming. I'm going, okay. Me and the kids, my wife are coming over. We get to do the indoor pool, stay here, generator, all that. So it's nice. It's you know, a big property, so it's great.
How many keys is that hotel?
I don't either.
I do. It's a 92, and they would have done more, but they were limited by height restrictions, so they couldn't do another. Floor here. That being said, they probably needed those rooms because the business is going really well over here.
I love it when a small hotel like that just hits it out of the park. It really just becomes part of the community. And, you know, the fabric of everything around. So congratulations on that development.
And the Oyster Fest last night was right here in the lobby. People were in the lobby, you know, making their way out here outside. It was fantastic. Glenn learned how to shuck an oyster.
I know. Did you see? I actually put up the video. The sound was horrific, but I
had nothing to do with the sound, by the way.
No,
the video, but the sound.
True. I do not mean to throw him under the bus. He did a giant-sized favor by filming that for me. If Dave was here, I'd somehow blame him. But what happened was the sound was really loud because there were a lot of people here. So I threw through the editing software to do some of that noise background stuff. So the sound's a little distorted, and by little I mean distorted. Wow. But what the hell? Threw it up there. I threw it up there anyway. So watch it at your own peril.
Were you sliding across the floor with all the?
Yeah, we did that after the cameras were off. We made little vehicles made out of shells and raced down the steps. It was a lot of fun.
Nobody got injured during the shucking,
it was really weird because the pool was like 10-1 that I was a goner on that one.
Did you use a glove? I forgot. Did you?
You always use a glove. That's what I was told. So I just followed directions. So have you been doing a lot of oyster shucking in your life?
Yeah, I mean it's a tradition down here.
Yeah.
What was funny, you say that. The only other person I've heard that has not shucked an oyster was one of our architects last night, and one of the architects on the team comes up and she's like, "Oh yeah, they had no idea this was a thing," and she was like, "Oh, somebody's gonna shuck these things for you." And I was like, "Absolutely not! Like, you gotta get dirty. So,
shuck your own oyster."
Yeah, and let me tell you, we got dirty because oh my God, my hands were absolutely filthy with oyster scum, but it was so much fun. Yeah. I will tell you, Craig, I really enjoyed it, and when I first walked in, I was super intimidated by the whole thing. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? First of all, to learn the shocking news that an oyster roast doesn't actually have any oysters that are roasted at all, and then to find out that you have to provide the labor was really shocking. But I guess maybe that's the new model for hotels going forward. The guests could do their own labor since we can't find anyone to.
Hey, wait a minute, that's not true. Breaking news: the jobs report, hospitality added 35,000 new employees. So,
that's awesome, and sadly 40,000 job slots were open or added at that particular time.
Other conversation.
I know. So back to the oyster thing. Yeah. So it was a lot of fun. It was easier than I thought. I thought it was going to be really complicated.
Yeah, although it was interesting, the way those oysters were. I mean, they were different sizes. And
clusters.
They were like clusters. Yeah. So I was kind of like, I shucked oysters before. And I was kind of like, I'm not even sure how this, I'm like trying to get in there and it worked. A lot of them popped open themselves, so it made it a lot easier.
Oh, yeah, I mean, they definitely wanted to be eaten. That's the messaging I got from them. But yeah, Craig, I never saw that before. With like clumps of oysters all together, and you picked up a whole bunch of them. You had like 5 or 6 of them, in a hand at once.
Well, I got to tell you, your explanation explains the pictures that I think CJ sent to me of you licking your fingers after eating. So
no, that was before.
Oh.
Why do you have to tell everybody about my personal rituals before shooting videos?
Not everything's supposed to be made public.
I know. So Mike is saying, "Hey gang, where is Cool?" Dave is not. Dave's taking care of his wife. I think he's rushing home because she's not feeling too well. Yeah. So. Finally, it's great. He's going to take care of her, and he's also taking care of us by not being here. So it's a real win. Yeah, and I don't think we at all making fun of him when he's not here. He really had it coming.
He heard that. He's going to be popping in anytime now.
Yeah, sure.
All right. So
what do we got here? This is a caramel apple mule.
A caramel apple mule.
What's in it?
Moscow mule.
So what's in it exactly?
So it's sweetgrass vodka, which is
sweetgrass vodka,
Charleston, apple cider, ginger beer.
Ginger beer. All right.
With caramel.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, gentlemen.
Cheers.
Cheers. Have you had this one? No.
That's really good, man. You can really taste that ginger coming through, but it doesn't overpower it. It's very clean.
Yeah.
Very easy to drink. Can we get another 20 of these real quick?
Absolutely.
Eat the apple.
Mm-hmm. I'm not a big vodka drinker either.
So Suzanne says she has power now, so I can help you. Craig, is that coded message or something that we need to know about?
No, but you know what? As long as Suzanne's here, would you bring up those pictures? Bring up that first one, your post.
Yes, I will. Give me a moment because I've got to figure out how to do the share screen. I'm acting like I don't know how to do this.
Yeah, you're producer Glenn now.
Yeah, that's not good. Don't make me produce. Hold on. All right.
I just noticed that.
All right, here we go. Picture number 1. Is it coming up?
This is one of Glenn's posts, hanging out at English Hotel. And producer Suzanne commented, and here's the comment.
All right, I've got to change it up. We got to keep everyone in suspense on this one, Craig. While I switch it up, I should have put this into a what's it called, PowerPoint. Then it would have been instantaneous. I'm not that bright. Here we go.
Yes, you are. That's why your mother calls you son. As wow, you and Craig Sullivan are looking a little different. Looks like you're having fun as usual. So my comment was very funny, Suzanne, but it's not really factual. So let's go back to the picture, Glenn.
We got to go back to the first one now.
Yeah, I know. I'm making you work.
I was not prepared for this already. I closed it. I don't know what's going on.
Big analysis.
This has been really thought out. Wait until I start talking about hotels and bananas. Watch out. That's not going to go well. All right. Present. All right. Here we go, guys. Don't get too excited. I hit the wrong button. I know. This is really. This is. Yeah. Here we go. Boop. Back to that.
Okay. Now, I think this is a pretty accurate picture of you and I, except for it should have been tequila instead of vodka. Mm-hmm. Okay. And it should have been a shot glass instead of a martini glass.
Yeah.
And who's smoking what?
I was saying he's smoking, right? I just saw that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, definitely. Yeah.
Producer Dr. Suzanne was very funny and very right on target. And I really laughed a lot at this. So.
Proper preparation.
Man, this drink is so good, guys.
It's delicious.
I think you should order another one right now.
Glassware. Look at
that. So I might as well mention the English Hotel. That was a really cool spot. You know, we didn't do a show last week because I was flying back from Vegas, but I had a really good time down there last week, seeing a lot of different interesting things. And what's really great about Vegas is it's always changing, it's always morphing, there's always new stuff to do. Yeah. I got to do a fun podcast with this new immersive entertainment show that was down there, and right across the street from it was the English Hotel. Thanks to Kirk Peterson and the folks over at Sightline Hospitality for inviting me to come over and enjoy it. We had so much fun over there that night. The food and beverage program was absolutely spectacular. Fantastic cocktails, I had terrific sake, and the food, just so super delicious.
When's your next Vegas trip?
At the end of the month.
Oh,
I go on the 27th. Oh. Yeah, we're going to be speaking at the Nevada Hotel and Lodging Association and doing some shows. I'm really excited for that one. We're going to be doing not one but 2 shows at Wynn Resorts. One with the president and CEO Brian Goldbrandt, and the other, I think, on the food and beverage thing. So that'll be a whole lot of fun. Plus, I'm really psyched because they've got a studio there, and they're going to do everything, and I don't have to set up this gear.
Nothing.
Wow.
Just show up.
Yeah, I'm totally. I mean, my ego is going to soar, right? I spent half my life humping this stuff all around the country, so it's going to make me feel so badass that not have to do that. But
Craig, he's going to want to not bring anything anymore.
Oh yeah, God, yeah. We have to deflate that ego. You know,
and let's thank Suzanne for setting the interviews up with Wynn. Thanks, Suzanne. Appreciate that.
There you go.
That's fantastic.
So once a month to Vegas?
No, it's just the fall and a lot of times in the spring during conference season, right? So like in May, I was there for Choice Hotels and I think not Wyndham, IHG I was there for as well. So I can be there 4, 5, 6 times a year. It really depends on the conference schedule. Got some bad news for everybody.
Great news.
There
The best type of news.
Are you
I'm fashionably late.
Leaving the country?
I'm fashionably late. I'm fabulously late, however you want to call it. But I'm here. You know, because you guys refuse to just have a show.
Where's your drink?
Well, I'm currently walking around the streets of Manhattan, so it's kind of frowned upon to drink in the street.
You got a tall boy in a brown paper bag.
Although it's not illegal anymore. It's not illegal anymore, which is great.
It's not illegal? Wait, you can drink outside in New York these days?
Well, you can take drinks to go, as they say.
Right.
I don't think you really can drink them per se on the street, but all the bars usually give a regular to-go cup. So it could be a Coke, it could be a water, it could be a or a quadruple Jack on the rocks. Who knows?
Quadruple.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
That's aggressive.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, again, you're talking about a regular size to go cup, so you have to fill it up, right?
There you go. Got to fill it up. So,
But yeah, so I am on the road through the streets of New York. I'm coming to you live from the streets of New York because guess what, guys? If you remember last year in the winter, we had Winter Village at Bryant Park.
Yep.
Well, it's back. Even though it's 70 degrees out, I'm wearing a T-shirt, and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Winter Village is back with the ice rink, with the shops. I'm going to take a walk through there and just show you guys what's going on this year.
That's pretty cool. Is it real ice this year, or is it still that plastic stuff that they used to have?
I'm no ice expert, but it feels like frozen water, so I'm assuming
That's
real.
good. Yeah, because like if you go to they do that like place like Cosmopolitan in Las Vegas, they have like this weird plastic stuff that they use instead of real.
Oh no! This is real. They actually have to.
never sound
Off. They bring out the pony,
Right,
and they shave it down. So it's real.
Those are huge headphones walking around Manhattan.
Right, but he looks like everybody on the subway.
Am I frozen?
What? Yeah, you were frozen. We don't.
Am I frozen?
Bring it down.
Oh no! I was saying it is real ice. It is real ice. They do shave it down.
Hey, best comments so far of the evening. Happy to see New York City. Could do without having to see Dave though.
Ouch! Definitely.
Just tell her. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm just gonna leave it alone. She's had a tough day with Excel. She's frustrated. It's okay. Relax out.
Poor her. So, Brandon, have you gotten to New York City much?
I haven't been recently, but
Yeah.
One of my favorite there, Chicago. What you touched on earlier,
Yeah.
two of my favorite cities. So
Oh, that's cool.
it's funny enough. I've got a 5-year-old that birthday coming up, and all he wants is an airplane ride, and an 8-year-old that all he wants is a big city. So I was telling this story last night. I was like, I told my wife, I think this is what we got to do.
Right.
Christmas in New York is a great experience. So we're gonna try to make it up next month.
That's awesome. I wonder what it must be like to come to New York City as a kid and like have that wow kind of a feeling. Because growing up in New York, like kind of what we were talking about before, you grow up with this big thing, and then you like when I got older and started traveling, and you'd fly into like Dallas, and you'd be like, oh, 8 tall buildings, how cute. It wasn't very impressive. The only other city I've ever really gone wow to in that New York kind of way is Shanghai. That place is absolutely incredible.
Do you still have that wow factor when you go into New York City, or is it kind of you're over it because you've been there, you live in there?
Yeah, no, I still have the wow factor, but it's more like, wow, really? It's the strangest thing. I love New York City when I'm in New York City, but the idea of having to go to New York City or do anything is so stressful. I would much rather just get on a plane and go somewhere else than. Right. Yeah, I live 47 miles from the Moxie in Times Square, Manhattan. It's a 3-hour drive.
No way.
It's horrific.
Yeah. Horrific.
And, because I got to schlep that gearbox everywhere, I'm not taking the railroad. That's way too much for me.
Yeah, the traffic and everything. It's so much.
Hey, can we get David to ask some questions of people on the street?
Dave?
So the thing about New York is,
Nobody's gonna talk.
to answer that, to go back to what you were just talking about, is that I work here, right? I'm here 5 days a week, so I have no interest in coming back on my days off. Unfortunately, my wife does not work here 5 days a week,
right? And
she loves to come here on the weekends. So it is just, as much as New York is a great city and it's fun, there's always something to do. For me, it's like, I got to go back on my day off.
Where do you
Boo. And no, Craig, I'm not answering any questions.
Jersey.
I live about 20 miles outside the city, so closer than Glenn. But, it's
Jersey too.
Glenn refuses to do public transportation, though, so that's where he comes in.
I'm the same way, though.
He refuses to use a train.
Listen, I used to do public transportation all the time, and I love doing public transportation because it's literally a 2+ hour thing for me to get to my local station. But it was fine because you could get blasted in the city and then you would recover. And I'm only about a 2-minute drive from the train station at my house. So in theory, it's a great idea. But once I started with that bag.
There's no way.
I'm not taking a 50-pound case everywhere I go with me on the train.
This case is a reoccurring.
It is
Squeezing off the train with that thing? There's no way.
it has blessed me with so much opportunity, but is the bane of my existence. You know, I mean, it's great to be able to just set up a studio wherever I want in the country, in the world, whatever. But having to carry that all over the pain in the neck.
I mean, Glenn, I do carry my case on the bus, so it really just sounds like you're being a whiner.
What case do you carry?
The same rolling case as you.
Oh, what are you talking about?
Well, you're not going to be doing it anymore. But you're going to Vegas. You're
Yeah.
have your own studio.
I know.
He'll be in. He's not going to want to do it.
I know.
anymore.
We're hitting the big time over here. Yeah, unfortunately, they're having me do the show from this little tiny room without windows in the back of house over at Wynn. I don't know why.
It sounds like my office.
Guy out there.
It does. It does.
Mike says, Dave, join the scooter squad and get an electric scooter. That's a good idea.
So funny story, Mike. I was in the scooter squad. I have one at home, actually. The problem was twofold. The first fold is that technically scooters are banned on NJ Transit modes of transportation, meaning trains and buses.
Okay.
Reason being, allegedly, and I'm not sure how true this is, but allegedly, when they first came out and the batteries were blowing up everywhere,
Yeah.
someone's blew up on a bus and hurt another person
What?
who successfully sued NJ Transit. Don't quote me on that. That's just the rumor that goes around the commuter life. So when I came back to the city in April of 21, I did get a scooter. I used it for a while. It worked great. But when people started to come back to the city more regularly and the bus started getting busier, NJ Transit sent out, I guess, a memo to all the bus drivers and said, no more scooters. So they stopped letting me bring it on. So I stopped bringing it. Now, as time has passed, they're not as enforcing it as much.
Right.
But this little mile walk each way is basically the only exercise I get all day outside of walking around the building. So I figured, I'll just walk. So, Mike, I'm doing this for my health. Thank you very much, Mike. I'm being a healthy person.
NJ stands for New Jersey for everybody else. They weren't aware.
That's to clean up. That's why you do
That's why
PR.
I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm just pointing it out. I don't know the rest of the country, New Jersey.
Yeah. What?
The lingo.
All right. I'm confused. What if I want to go to CT?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, exactly.
That's clearly Cortland, New York.
Yeah.
Cortland Manor, New York, as they say, which is where I'm from. Yay!
Oh boy.
So, Brandon, you grew up down here?
Yeah, so I'm from South Carolina, upstate. Went to,
I'm sorry about that.
there you go.
Sorry about it. You live in Jersey, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
Little plumps.
So, but here's the thing. I will now be, hold on. Where the hell's my damn thing?
I don't know.
Settings, camera, there we go. You would think I used this program once or twice before in my life.
Once or twice.
Because we are coming up on Bryant Park. And as you can see, all the beautiful shops are open. The activity is out. And today, a beautiful 70-degree day like today. It's a great time to be here. Get your Christmas shopping done early.
Right.
Go ice skating. Bring some unique stuff back. As you can see, it goes down the entire length of this part of Bryant Park.
I love the
Some more shops
images
over
that
here.
you're broadcasting. It's like the internet circa 1997.
Well, that's-
poster step sized. And
Shout out to Verizon for their great 5G. There goes that sponsor. There goes that sponsorship deal. So, as you can see, it's very, very busy right now. A lot of people are here buying these kind of rentals. But I want to go see from last year. It's one of my favorite spots, Cookie Dough, if they're back, so I can get my raw cookie dough fill anytime that I'm doing my mile walk. Because there's nothing better that goes with a mile walk than raw cookie dough.
That's fun. So do you do that like every holiday season? You do one thing of cookie dough, Dave?
More than one, but
Oh.
it's
What's the going rate for cookie dough in New York City? That's what I don't know the price.
Yeah.
So as of last year, 1 cup, which is still a pretty sizable portion, was like $7. So
That's,
it was in this corner here, but now it's a casual Asian eatery. So I don't know if it's around somewhere else, but I'll find out another day. But here's the ice rink. Again, it is real ice, so it is melting. If you look at the ice itself, you can see the puddles as we get a little bit closer.
I'm surprised you can't see it with the quality picture that you have here.
So a great puddle right there.
Yep.
But ice skating is happening. You have, this used to be called Celsius. Now it's called the Lodge, but it's a nice restaurant, overlooks the water, the ice. It is open the entire winter season, so you can freeze yourself while you drink a hot chocolate.
Nice.
Uh,
So it's like 65 where I'm from, on Long Island right now.
Yeah.
It's 70 here, so we have an Italian donut shop. I'll be definitely doing that one sooner than later. Zaro's. So crispy fried chicken. So it sounds like a Chick-fil-A knockoff. But hey, I'm in. I'll try it.
Sponsoring the show? Because if not, we shouldn't be advertising that.
Yeah, you're really giving away
Giving away free advertising.
Jeez, dude. What the hell,
You know-
man?
You just cost us what, about $100,000?
At least.
I do think that the Crispy Chick was, beating down our doors to sponsor us. We definitely seem like the Crispy Chick type of show. So listen, guys, if you guys want to come out, this thing. So for anybody who's visiting New York, the shops are here through the holiday season. After New Year's, they do start to wrap up, most of them. Some will stay open into January, but most are done with the new year. But the ice is here very much until March.
Hey, Dave, just walk up to somebody who's sitting down at a table or in a chair and sit down next to them and ask them what they think of
So anyway, the thing is here
stranger, okay?
for the entire year. So the ice skating itself is free. You just have to pay for the skating rental if
Which is $200
you don't have your
skate.
skates with you. No, it's $13 for a pair. At least it was $13.
Plus a skate processing fee.
Let's get David ice skating.
So I think, well, that's what I was going to go with next, Craig. I think that Glenn needs to come out here for a Friday night audit, and we need to go on the ice for a show.
No, we will not do that. We will not do that unless I'm wearing a helmet. Because I could fall very quickly on skates. Like I literally, the last time I ice skated, I think it was like about 8 years ago, 10 years ago, something like that. I walked on, I fell. I got up, I skated a foot, fell, hit my head. I'm like, I'm out. I'm done.
Hey, CJ.
So they do have, for the little 5-year-olds, they do have a penguin that you can skate with to help balance. We'll get you a penguin.
There you go.
All right.
Yeah, I realize
See?
that. Yeah.
Suzanne, picking up. Really on the spot, Suzanne.
So
Wasn't sure if I could make it any more obvious,
but
but
like that down here, or is it too warm throughout the year, Brandon?
Yeah, no ice skating here that I'm aware of.
Yeah.
It was Tuesday, yesterday, whatever it was, we were on the golf course with 85 degrees and 80% humidity. So there's no ice in Charleston, South Carolina.
So
Although I will say I spent one winter on Valley Beach like 4 years ago where we were building our house, snowed. Literally made snowmen on the beach, which was an incredible experience.
Wow.
Once in a lifetime type thing.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's really fun. Snowman on the beach. That's really cool.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Hey,
So
what's about the area you're in? What you discovered there? You and CJ went out and had a dinner last night. What's that?
We just did the oyster roast last night. We're going out to dinner tonight. So when CJ comes back for the 4th time, we can fill you in on what happened.
I have to beat Bruce Ford. That's like that's my goal.
That's all of our.
Oh, no. Well, now you have Calvin in the running too. Calvin's once every other week at this point.
Where is dinner tonight?
I don't know. I'm gonna guess.
Maybe you guys should search for the Crispy Chick. See, there's a Crispy Chick down there.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. Brandon, could you do me a favor? Could you explain shrimp and grits to me?
shrimp and grits.
Yeah.
According to what variation.
I don't. Grits has been
Oh, it's a
vexing me for
variation.
my whole life. This variation.
Did you
Well,
have shrimp and grits here?
no, I did not. How did you last
They
night?
had it here. That's the other
Wow, Glenn, you just
barbecue.
I had the barbecue.
Yeah.
I had the pulled pork. That was pretty. That was pretty
the
good.
vinegar base was I was good with that.
Yeah, I'm more like it's interesting to come down to Carolina and do the vinegar stuff because I'm more of a dry rub kind of a guy. So I like the different variations of the different barbecue parts of the country. But I had never been able to figure out grits.
You don't like grits. We discussed this.
We did last night because I just don't get. I keep trying. I'm going to keep trying. And if it presents itself tonight, I'm going to try it.
Wait, so you'll
I'd be
keep
awfully
trying.
disappointed.
You'll keep trying grits, but you won't go try to get back on ice. Maybe you're a master. Maybe you're a master ice skater now.
I don't know, dude. I keep giving you another try every week, and it fails miserably. Yeah.
So I am not a grits fan myself.
What about Susanna saying she'll take shrimp and grits over biscuits and gravy any day? How do you feel about that?
Spoken like a true Southerner for Suzanne over there.
Is it a texture thing?
It's the exact same
Wow,
thing.
really?
I'm finicky about all things texture-wise. It's great.
Well, Carol loves grits, so thank goodness she does. All right, someone could explain to me why grits are so good. That'd be awesome. Is it the butteriness? Is it the creaminess? Is it?
It's very filling too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know?
and it's easy.
Yeah.
We do instant grits at our house, which is a sin to a lot of people. But
My cousin Vinny would be very upset with you.
there we go. As soon as it came out of my mouth, I was saying somebody's going to take hard part with this. But when you got a 5 and 8-year-old, you got to get the grits.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You definitely want to get things done as quickly as
No
possible. Yeah. New Orleans has some great shrimp and grits. I haven't had it down there. Can you cross-check people against the boards there? Oh yeah. Little ice skating thing.
So I can ice skate, but the only way I can stop is if I hit myself into the boards or I run into something. So
Right.
I stop.
That's how I did it. That's what when I used to go roller skating in the '80s when that was a thing. The only way I can stop was by like controlled stops by crashing into walls.
They're pretty.
That's how I ice skate.
That's how you ice skate.
Yeah, I just crash into the wall or I fall. Either one. But I stop in some way. I stop.
That's right.
But I think they're bringing it back. I mean, I'm not.
We used to have where I'm from. It was Friday night. I can't remember what they called it. It was Friday, Saturday night.
Right.
They had bowling and roller skating until 2 a.m.
That's cool.
That was the lie that we
Yeah.
told.
Nice.
Obviously we're going, bowling.
Obviously.
And so that would always let us beat curfew for the weekend.
That's fun.
That's the last time I thought about roller skating.
skating.
Yes.
You know what I wanted to do? I always wanted to go to. I'm totally forgetting the name. The sport where the women are on the roller skates.
Roller derby.
Roller derby. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. That looks so
Hey, men do it too. We are an equal opportunity show over here.
true, but it was traditionally a female sport, which I absolutely love.
Hey, the LA Thunderbirds.
Yep. Oh. This is I love spam. We're getting spam from YouTube. Hey, free girls. in
Hey!
your city.
No, not your city. In U City.
Yeah.
People are watching. There we go. There we go.
Wow.
We had to block that user. Too bad. Now.
Hey, listen, guys. We should be proud. Okay, we have made it to the echelon. We are such a successful show, such an influential show that we are deemed worthy to be spammed.
That's right. That's right. That's a good way to look at it.
So funny. Topic. I don't know why it took me so long to get that. That's from a movie. My wife loves that movie. I'm totally forgetting the name of it. You don't know what that is. It's an 80s movie.
Oh, I'm out. It's where the hockey
player had to go with the ice skater to do a doubles competition.
Dirty Dancing.
Cutting edge. Thank you, Suzanne. Thank you. And of course, they couldn't stand each other.
Who
Then,
started it,
love
Glenn?
was not too far
Of
away.
course.
That sexual tension was
Every
raw,
80s movie.
palpable.
Yeah.
Glenn, who starred in the movie?
Like to hear the sound.
What is that?
Who starred in the movie?
Bobby Benson, I think.
Never heard of him.
I don't. Jesus Christ.
I never have. I'm serious. I never have.
Anything prior to
Mike, you talking
1985?
about Slapshot, maybe, with Paul Newman? Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one. Slapshot was funny. The
Yeah.
Hanson brothers.
Yeah, I haven't seen that in like 30 years or something like that. I haven't seen that since pre-Dave, maybe. You know.
When's the last time you saw Animal House?
Not recently. Not recently. No. It's one of those movies that like I'm afraid that if I watch it, it's going to be filled with stuff that's entirely inappropriate in 2022, and it's going to make me really uncomfortable with liking that movie. So I think maybe I'll just avoid it for a while.
All right, I'm gonna ask you. I don't want to get too deep into political conversation, obviously, but I'm gonna ask you a quick question. Do you feel? Because this goes back to the, this goes back to the this goes back to the thing that Disney did when they were showing some of these movies that have racially or culturally insensitive stuff in it, but they decided to leave it as is. Do you feel that historical films or documents or things like that are obviously insensitive should be censored now, given the current knowledgeable and fair changes to our society?
No.
What? I missed that whole thing because I was.
I don't think it should be changed.
I was following DB Sweeney.
I finally asked a real question. I finally bring a valid point of content to this damn show, and Glenn completely ignores it.
I gave you an answer.
Scared and shut down.
And I'll take it a step farther. They should not change any of the copies of the movies that are in the Library of Congress either. And any collection of movies, whether it's Centurion or something else, it should be the director's version of the movie at the time.
It's fair. I can't say I disagree with that. Now, keeping on the political terms, Glenn, are you voting for Lee Zeldin in the governor race?
I think we all know the answer to
Answer it.
We're not going to talk about politics tonight on the show, but what we are going to do.
Dave is stirring things up.
What we are going to do is, Brandon, I want to go back to you. I love the food and beverage in this town. I mean, I haven't been here in 15, 20 years, but it's the one thing I took away from it. What are some of your favorite local dishes that you like?
20 years ago, I was 15? 15.
Oh.
So Glenn hasn't been there since I was in high school, is what we're saying.
Something like that. Yeah.
Brandon, what do you?
Yeah, no. So what we usually do, not big on reservations, obviously, with the dynamic foods on here. What we usually do is my wife and I will literally go up and down King Market, whatever it may be, and we go, to a bar, get an app, and just bounce around for the evening. So, there's we're talking about Oysters, Darling Oyster Bar is a great spot. The Ordinary across the street, it's in a former bank building. It is an absolutely dynamic setting, beautiful building. The seafood tower is there.
Yeah.
So my wife is big on small plates.
Right. I love that stuff too.
And so,
I just love a lot of different flavors.
That's it.
Yeah.
You don't have to commit, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing that I like about it, So we do a lot of that, just hopping around. Obviously, Halls is a big name here, if you hadn't been. So it's got some
brunch.
Yeah, the Sunday gospel brunch is absolutely amazing. So if you're ever here on Sunday, get down to that. And then obviously I'm on James Island, kind of another little suburb on the other side. So there's some great little local fare there.
Right.
So, but there's big names here, and obviously a lot of diversity to take your pick. So,
yeah.
But small plates, tapas, that kind of thing is our spot, no doubt about it.
That's awesome. Yeah.
So are you a Gamecock or are you a Tiger? What are you?
I am a Gamecock. So we were
Dave just
we were there 2 weeks ago for a big win at Texas A&M, and then like the Gamecocks do, we got completely let down this past weekend against Missouri. Ups and downs, yeah. When I graduated from South Carolina, my freshman and sophomore year, we went 0-10 my freshman year, and then 0-11 and 1-10. We beat New Mexico State to end a 21-game losing streak. Tore down the goalpost, all this stuff. So fond memories. And then beat Georgia the next week. Awesome.
So how did you get into hospitality?
Yeah, so I've got a retail development background, and then David Tart, like I said, and myself, we and a couple others created a little company, and then we had a partnership with Reigns way back in 2017, and so it morphed into this.
Shit! I'm so sorry. I thought this was leaving.
This is the Just Dave show.
So I almost just cut the entire bus line.
Yeah. All right, sorry, go on.
So just to give you an idea of what just happened.
It's all right.
Or don't go on. Dave, he's in the middle of telling a story here, bro.
So yeah, since 2017.
Sorry, go ahead.
Been doing this, hospitality development in the Southeast. Been a unique and ever-changing opportunity, and we obviously feel very fortunate. Obviously, been in Charleston and another office in Florence, South Carolina. We're in a dynamic market, in a growing market. In the Southeast, we've got a lot of good things going for us. So, we're very fortunate in that regard.
Well, let's talk about that dynamic market. I think most of the nation doesn't understand how hot it is. And what's it like doing ground up construction down there? Is there a lot of facade regulations? You got to make it blend in with the community. Taking a historical building is a whole other challenge, and I don't want to go there. But let's talk about ground up and, what you're doing, what you've experienced there, because I think that'd be a fascinating story for us.
Yeah, no, it's a great question. Let's say we are in a lot of secondary, tertiary markets, right? It's a completely different animal to be on King Street, let's say, in downtown. And, most of the people in that sandbox play in that sandbox, and we do. Don't get me wrong,
right?
But it is not necessarily our main focus. But yeah, let's say there are enough hurdles in today's market, right? With cost, inflation, interest rates, etc. To add that additional layer onto it, you go, is that what I want, right? Not necessarily, but we're doing, I got the logo on today. We're doing Waynesville and Country Club outside of Asheville, North Carolina.
Right.
Another example. We got a dynamic property there, the Foundry Inn, which was it was a historic tax credit adaptive reuse project. So
I love those.
Yeah, I mean, it's if you ever get a chance to visit there, do in Florence that we mentioned earlier. The Hotel Florence, same thing. But then so we play in all those spectrums. But it's like I said, it's challenging enough what we face, in just an everyday environment versus adding that extra layer on. But yeah, if you're in downtown Charleston, there are certainly, DRVs, ARVs, everything in between that, you've got to go through that approval process.
What are some of the demand generators that you guys look for in a particular community in the tertiary markets that you're going into?
People come from all over the world for the shrimp and grits.
Yeah, I mean, let's say Charleston. Charleston is, it is so funny. We sit here and talk about, go back to New York City and Chicago and all these things.
Right.
And, in South Carolina, Charleston's a big city, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there is every demand generator you want, Boeing, tourism, obviously.
B of A's headquarters is there, and
it's one thing after another. So, it's like Mount Pleasant. You sit there and look at Mount Pleasant, you go, what is it? Well, it's tourism, bleed over, all of those things, and the beaches, obviously. But then you go to y'all will see it this weekend, or if you're there tomorrow, bachelorette parties and bachelor parties.
Right.
That's a party central, apparently.
Oh yeah, it's a huge thing. It's here, Vegas,
really?
and Nashville, or
Nashville's insane for the bachelorette parties. Yeah.
So
Vegas is too bad either.
Yeah, I mean, in a typical environment, we're obviously looking for a mix of, the leisure travel and the business travel. So, and looking to find that opportunity.
Yeah.
You satisfied, Craig?
Yep, I am. Hey,
he's
back.
Yeah. Look at.
Hey, Smiley.
That's the miserable look of somebody sitting on the train in New York City or New Jersey. That's the look. That's the look everyone has.
That's because he's heavily dedicated.
I'm also on the bus, not the train.
Yeah. All right. Well, it's still public transportation.
Yeah. Stephanie went to a great bachelorette party in Charleston. The best. What is it that makes the area so
go to that party too?
That sort of a thing.
Well, I mean, it goes back to restaurants, right? What you just said, restaurant, bar scene. I mean, again, I hope you all see it tonight. I mean, Upper King Street, Market area, Market Pavilion, all that is going to be absolutely slammed. You know, and obviously our airport, they just announced a huge expansion. I mean, it just flat can't keep up, right? So, you know, it's again, I think, you know, when you combine the beach, you combine historic, and you combine restaurants and bars, you know,
and the rather fair weather year round.
Oh, yeah. Sure. Well, that's the other thing, right? You know, we were talking about Waynesville again, the golf course, and we were trying to put together a budget determining rounds, and we're going, oh, well, okay, well, you know, we base a bunch of this on Charleston. We go, well, we only really have, you know, let's say 8 months there, you know, versus 12 here. And you can be out and about doing anything all 12 months. So that's not to say, you know, we're brutally hot here in the with the humidity. So, you know, there's with every good thing, there's a bad thing. But
that's right. Like we've got Craig on the show, and we've got Dave.
Right there, you go.
I don't know which one's the good one. I'll tell you.
Take it that way, don't we?
I mean, I think that deck's stacked against you, Glenn.
So the sun keeps moving, and it's like it's out of their way now for the most part, but it's starting to stalk me.
You had a perfect
over
shot
here.
before. Screenshot, it could be your
I know, but if I stand over here now, I can't even see.
It's a reason to move around, Glenn. You know,
I know.
Not move.
I know. Well, whatever. We're gonna have to wrap in a few minutes anyway because we've got to go explore this incredible city.
A real showrunner would have controlled the sun. You're just failing for that.
Yeah, but our producer sucks. So what are you gonna do?
He's on public transportation.
We pay him well.
Hey, look at that. Dave, you never look better.
We lost him.
It must be so much fun. Like growing up in this kind of an area, though you must think that it must be fun growing up in like the New York area or something like that.
You know, I don't know if I would use the term fun, but I mean, it would definitely be different. But I mean, I left home, you know, again, South Carolina, I bounced around all over the country, of California and here and there and everything else, and great experience. But coming to Charleston this is home. I can say that. I mean, you know, it's got everything you want.
That's awesome.
You know? So it's great.
Yeah. What are some of your favorite cities to visit, CJ?
My favorite cities. Well, I've been coming to Charleston. I mean,
why are you here so much? What's the deal with that?
You know, clients. You know,
no, besides that, because you know, Emily seems to have some sort of.
But it goes back to what Brandon was saying. It's just the amazing food and beverage scene. And just like it's so lively and so much everything that's going on and enjoying the food and beverage, and we love it here. Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
he's back.
They've done a really good job on is, you know, the season kicks off in February with seaweed, for example. And you know, the city does a great job as to reasons to come back, right? And so you know, I think we benefit from that, and you know, it always kicks off with seaweed and then goes into food and wine, and whatever it may be, and rolls on throughout the year.
That's pretty
really
cool.
Good.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, we're getting close to the end, but I don't want to miss Amy's trivia question here. Where was Dirty Dancing filmed?
I think somewhere in North Carolina.
Yeah, something like that, right? It was definitely in one of the Carolinas, but it was supposed to be in New York. Dave, have you ever heard of the movie Dirty Dancing?
Sounds like a porno.
Well, I guess it was for 1987.
Get a running start. Sorry, we'll lift you up.
By the way,
it's not that far off because the main character's name was named Baby Houseman, so I might be related to them. And you know, my dad came up in that era where they would go to those places like that in every single summer. So I used to do some of that stuff too, not for the summer, but for like an extended weekend type of thing. Yeah. So
did she answer?
Are we gonna get an answer? That's what I thought.
I thought the answer was great. Somewhere in North Carolina.
Good enough. It doesn't matter if it's true. We're just gonna go with that.
I do know that when I saw the VH1 special about it, like it's gone now or something like that. But I don't remember. So Amy, let us know what it is. They have a 30th anniversary special they're offering now. Is this for what? Dirty Dancing to buy the movie? What are you? I'm confused over there.
Pembroke. 30th birthday?
Virginia.
Heard of it.
Yeah. All right. You guys, if you guys say so. Now we need to do a remake of that movie for sure.
Why?
That's true. Nobody puts baby in a corner.
Yeah,
Don't you even think about doing that. All right. I think maybe we should move on to wait.
There it is. You got it.
That's right. Your favorite part of the show, the part where we get to shill ourselves shamelessly, but even more so, it means the end is near. Let's go for you guys. First, Brandon, plug away. What do you want to sell today?
Yeah, so let's talk about the project I've lived and breathed for, over the past 18 months, Waynesville Inn and Golf Club. It's a historic rehab of an old inn, a Donald Ross course. We're partners with Bobby Weed Golf on that. It's let's call it 80 rooms roundabout, 18 holes. It's resort private. You can play if you stay, but it's one of the most challenging projects, but also the best project that I think I've ever worked on. And so it's exciting. The end is in store, but I look forward to being back and going to visit and relax. But then we're looking for opportunity every day, like we mentioned before. New projects, acquisitions, conversions, whatever it may be. We're trying to be dynamic and agile and adapt to ever-changing market conditions. So that's us.
Right.
Where can people reach you?
Rainsco.com, www.rainsco.com. Come check us out. The entire executive team's profile there. You can find my contact information. So we're certainly up for a conversation with anybody that's looking to partner.
All right. So Amy is saying Mountain Lake Lodge in Pembroke, Virginia. And Amy, I don't know why we can't. Sometimes the Facebook posts aren't coming through. I don't know what the deal is with that. So sad. If you guys want to look up the Mountain Lake Lodge, there it is. mtnlodge.com. CJ.
And you guys are talking to me about
stick within the guide rail. Pitch yourself in the guide rails here because you're the client.
I'll pitch myself just because I'm trying to get back on the Friday night audit for the fourth time to make sure that I'm on for everybody else.
Make sure you book him next week, okay?
That's great. I've got CJ Arlotta, CJ Media Solutions for all your public relations needs, media relations, crisis communications, content services. You can reach me at CJ@CJMediaSolutionsLLC.com or visit me on the Friday night audit. So
nice. I like that you have LLC right there in the name. Shows you mean business.
It shows I mean business. That's right.
That's right. Dave, what about you, Dave?
For the Gap.
What's that?
Wasn't CJ a model for the Gap?
Some people may say that. Yeah.
He tried out for Benetton, but he wasn't cool enough for that.
Yeah.
They're like, sorry, you're not exotic. Dave.
Coming to you live. Can you hear me?
I think
unfortunately,
Transit.
Yeah.
Coming to you live from the Lincoln Tunnel. So shout out to all those men and women that built the Lincoln Tunnel, whenever the hell it was built, for letting me get home today.
Great. Thanks. Amy says, Craig, love those pics behind you. And Craig, what's your pitch today? Your plug.
Hey, lots and lots of new content. We're putting content out there 5 days a week. Glenn and I are doing Friday Night Audit. We're also doing 3-Minute Thursdays where we pick a topic, and Glenn and I speak that for 3 minutes, except for this week when we went over. So the streak had to end at some point.
It had to end at some point, but that's okay. We'll get it back. Anything else you want to share today?
Yes.
Wasn't it show number 2?
Pardon me? Okay. So
maybe second show.
We drop new episodes of that on every Tuesday and Thursday. So we've got Chip Rogers joining the conversation on the show next week.
Awesome.
Really looking forward to that. And then, Peace in Our Time. We solved the banana wars on Balboa Island on California, Craig, and I want to thank Glenn Hausman for nominating me with the Nobel Peace Prize application. Thank you.
Well, you know what? You deserve it. The fact that you were able to put those factions together that have been fighting tooth and nail for decades over this, and you went in there and you solved it, you resolved it, and then you got to eat a frozen banana. So that's amazing.
With all the topics except for the drizzle. Wasn't going to do the drizzle.
Yeah. No, you don't want to do the drizzle. That does not look good on camera. That's for sure.
And then
All right,
we got Click 6, March 1st and 2nd, 2023 at the West and South Coast Plaza, Costa Mesa, California. So if you are in the California hotel market or want to be, this is the event for you. Go to cliconference.com and you'll see all of our sponsors, our exhibitors, our agendas up. And as long as you're there, sign up for the blog. You can register for the conference while you're there and get your room reservation as well. So all new show. Glenn is the only moderator who has made an appearance 6 times.
Wow.
And Glenn is moderating our new panel, Refuel, Up Your F&B Game. So we've got some fantastic people joining Glenn on stage for that. And then for the second time in history, Glenn and I will be on stage together.
Oh my gosh.
Bruce Ford for our second development deal of the year. So that's all I got for you.
That's pretty
exciting event.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting stuff. Come see me host a very special interview next week with Red Roof executives. I'm also hosting a town hall event. That's at the Broadmoor all next week. I'll be there Wednesday through Sunday. Then the week after that, come join me if you're going to be at Maine Hospitality's annual conference. I'll be doing the keynote there on Tuesday, November 15th. And I'll be kicking around Maine, Massachusetts, I think, for a couple of days. Then at the end of the month, come and see me at the Nevada Hotel and Lodging Association's annual tech event, where I will be hosting a Shark Tank event. And Anthony Melcuri, our very own Anthony from No Vacancy Live, will be he'll be judging that event as well. So 3 great weeks of great events that I'll be attending in November. No. No, I wish I could though, but at my age, it's like I sleep for 3 hours, then wake up and I go to pee, and then I lie there for 4 hours. So what the hell just happened? You know? So, but what are you gonna do? All right. So that'll be a whole lot of fun. And I think, Amy, you had mentioned next time we're down in DC, there's a very good possibility Anthony and I are going to be down in the DC area the first week of December. So I'm looking forward to doing that. And all right, everybody, that is it for today. Thanks, guys, for being here. So for Brandon, CJ, Dave, Craig, and myself, have yourself a great weekend.
Aloha.
Take care. Aloha. Hasta luego.
Thanks for having us. Appreciate it.
Talking over the